What is going on, guys? No. You know what? I'm not happy at all. There's something really serious we gotta talk about in today's video. So let me ask you, does your partner force you to go down slow? Well, if they know what's best for you, they should be forcing you to go down slow. And this video is gonna save so many workout partner relationships. And what I mean by this is, this is gonna segue into the first bicep peak exercise that you are not doing, and that is the close grip dead hang easy bar curl with a forced negative. So this is the first bicep peak exercise that you are not doing, and it is one of my favorites. So first of all, to work the bicep peak, we want to have our hands closer. Now, I really like doing the dead hang curl as opposed to the preacher curl machine because we can't cheat using our shoulder muscles or anything else in our upper body. Now with this one, I'm in a dead hang and I'm curling up with my hands close, and then I'm fighting it on the way down. So you're gonna have a partner press down with, I'd say, like 15 to 30 pounds of resistance. Kitty Gaines is really strong, so she's probably forcing down with like 500 pounds of resistance. And you want to fight it for like at least, I'd say 3 to 5 seconds. Keep your rep ranges on this for 8 to 12 total reps. Do 4 total sets with 60-second rest time. And then as you start to get more and more fatigued, you're not even going to be able to lift the weight back up. Actually have your partner lift the weight back up and then force the negative on the way down. You guys are going to create even more healthy micro tears. Build those big biceps. So before we get into the last 6 bicep peak exercises you are not doing, we're gonna talk about how we're actually gonna emphasize our bicep peak. Now, first of all, like I just showed you, bicep peak means we have a closer grip than usual. So it doesn't have to be like touching, but hands inside, shoulder width apart is gonna be better for the bicep peak. Number 2, we create more micro tears on the eccentric portion of the lift. That's why I just showed you a forced negative exercise. Number 3, this pinky finger right here, the more you try to lift with this pinky finger, the more it's gonna emphasize the bicep peak. So literally, like, even if your hands are together, think about putting more pressure right here on your pinky finger, and even like rotating this wrist out. So you're gonna see a common theme with a few of these is the rotation of the wrist out. And then number 4 and number 5. Number 4, we're gonna try to keep those shoulders back. And number 5, what we're gonna do is try to keep our elbow tucked into our body on a few of these. Now, actually, I lied. Number 6, you really work the muscle too from a fully stretched position, and you're gonna see on one of these how we're able to really nail the bicep peak from that stretched position. Let's dive into the last 6. The second bicep peak exercise you are not doing is the behind the head lateral pull down curl. Now this one creates a really unique angle and a really unique tear right on the bicep peak. You're gonna feel like a different contraction and tear right on the bicep peak than you ever have the first couple times you do this. So you're really gonna focus on that squeeze behind the head and try to keep your hands inside, shoulder width apart. Everyone has different like length of arms in proportion to your body. Like for instance, my wingspan is really tall. I have a 6'6" wingspan, I'm about 6'1". So I have a harder time contracting my bicep peak. This is one of my favorite exercises for getting a really deep contraction. So depending on how long your arms are, your hands might be slightly inside shoulder width apart, or they might be really close like you see me doing in the video. Number 3 is the hammer curl half rep destroyer. Now this one, pay attention to the details on this one. So first of all, you don't need to go all the way up here on the hammer curl because it's gonna take tension off the biceps. So you're gonna go about 3/4 of the way, and then you're gonna stop when you're at halfway. So this is gonna add, you're kind of gonna like stick and pause that rep, and then you're gonna twist out. So you're doing a hammer curl, then you're coming down, and then you're twisting your wrist out, kind of like put your pinky finger, point it back out this way. And this one is killer for pumping up those biceps, adding more time under tension, creating more healthy micro tears. And this one is so much more effective than the standard, regular, and boring dumbbell hammer curl. So focus the first part of the rep. You don't have to do as much of a twist out, but you can do that first rep. Then you're gonna stop it, and then you're gonna squeeze. And it's not about the weight and the momentum you do on this lift, it's all about mind-muscle connection, squeezing, you're stopping, you're squeezing, and you're twisting out, and you guys, regardless of your genetics, are gonna build some huge biceps. Fourth bicep peak exercise we're not doing is something that I call the angled tension curl. Now I actually got this from, what is the guy's name? He's an IFBB pro bodybuilder, and I was looking at his favorite bicep exercises. I cannot think of his name. Sorry, whoever I'm not giving credit to, but I cannot remember your name. But he's been like top 10 of Mr. Olympia. So you kind of like hang to create more like, kind of like your body's like hanging here, so the weight, it's just pressing you down more, it's adding more overload on the bicep. So you're holding on to something, you're angled, and then really important on this one, you want to tuck that elbow in as much as possible. So you're not like curling out here, you're gonna tuck that elbow in as much as possible. And then you're gonna, this is one, once again, the pinky finger is gonna come out and you're gonna rotate that wrist outward, and you're not gonna go all the way down. So don't go all the way down and rest the weight. And that was, God, I'm gonna think of his name. I can't think of his name. So don't go down all the way. What you're gonna do, keep tension on the bicep. Victor Martinez, that's his name. So he said, which was a really smart tip, is go down to about right here where tension is still on the bicep, and then squeeze and contract, turn that wrist and pinky finger back out this way, and then you're gonna go down, keep tension on the bicep, and you're gonna twist back out. So I would say 8 to 12 repetitions on each arm. Obviously you're gonna switch, you're gonna do the right, you're gonna do the left, then you're gonna rest about 60 seconds and repeat. So next one, we're gonna do the 45-degree incline curl, once again with the wrist twist. So important is the setup on this exercise. You're gonna really squeeze like your rear delts, and you're back on that machine at a 45-degree angle, so like on the bench at a 45-degree angle, and then really trying to like squeeze throughout. So once again, you're trying to kind of like lift the weight through right here, like these two fingers right here, these two fingers right here on both sides. I don't know what kind of crazy symbol this is. Okay, disregard that. So these two fingers right here, think of, the Superhuman gang. This is the Superhuman gang symbol. You're gonna focus on lifting through here. Not so much out here on these fingers. You're gonna focus on lifting right here. And you're squeezing back, and you're getting full, what's the word I'm looking for? A full stretch. So you're fully stretched, then you're squeezing, you're trying to lift through those pinky fingers, and you guys get the picture. So you can try, if you're new to the exercise and you're kind of weak in that position, you can go alternate, or you can try going both at the same time. Number 6, and it may look like a normal bicep peak exercise, but I don't see anybody doing this at the gym, except if I go to like a bodybuilding gym of like world-class bodybuilders, and that is the close grip easy bar eccentric overload curl. So you're squeezing up, nothing new here, but the main difference is, remember, the slower we go on the way down, we can create this in 2 different ways. We can go slow in a force negative position, which works out a lot better when you're not standing upright. So the very first exercise would be the perfect example of a force negative, or we can force ourselves to go down slow, and that's exactly what we're doing here on the easy bar close grip eccentric overload curl. So once again, why do we do this? We create more healthy micro tears on the way down during the eccentric portion of the lift. So we're gonna lift fairly heavy with this. I think I'm using like 80s right here. So hands inside shoulder width apart. You can use a little bit of momentum. Most importantly, we wanna get the weight to this position and then go to a count of 3 seconds down. That is when the gains and the micro tears happen. So if you gotta use a little bit of momentum to get up to this point, that's fine. Just focus on really perfect form on the lowering part. Tuck those elbows in and go nice and slow for a count of at least 3 seconds. So the 7th exercise, we're using a machine on this one, and I like using a machine sometimes because it feels more fluid, just adding time under tension. Like you feel like you're more in control if you really focus on that mind-muscle connection. So we're doing a machine alternate curl, and once again, the emphasis is on lifting through these 2 fingers on both hands. So you can't really tell, but once in a while too, try to like put your pinky up. Like literally you're curling and like curl your pinky up and try to twist out a little bit. So that's exactly what I'm doing on the curl alternate, what would you call this one? Cable alternate curls. And then to really shock our biceps, so this is the very end of my bicep peak workout, pretty much completely fatigued out of any type of muscle glycogen in my biceps. And then what I'm doing here, it's a really unique movement, and I kind of like accidentally found out how much it really drills your biceps. And I was messing around on a low cable fly machine one day. Is you're gonna kind of like think of like a basketball player like on defense, and you're gonna do these like little like half curls right here. So first of all, you're gonna be completely fatigued in your biceps. You're gonna go till failure on the alternate curl, and then you're gonna do these little like half reps and focus on like once again a little bit like bringing those pinkies, kind of like force more weight right here in your pinky and kind of like curl it out. So it's kind of like coming together and curling out, and you're able to put a ton of extra shock and overload and tension right on the biceps when they're already fatigued, which is really powerful for gains. So thank you guys so much for joining me on today's video, 7 bicep peak exercises you're not doing. I'm gonna cycle through every single muscle group and just give you guys a ton of unique and new exercises, because I know for me personally, nothing motivates me more than going to the gym and doing new exercises. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna link to a few other similar videos on other muscle groups. I highly encourage you to check them out. And if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications. We got videos coming your way 5 times a week. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next video.
Halloween pre-sale. Can you handle the world's strongest, most maximum dose pre-workout? 40% off pre-sale. It will arrive on your doorstep along with the trick-or-treaters on Halloween night. Link in description. Grab it for 40% off while you can. Make sure you subscribe. Join the Superhuman family. We got videos 5 times per week helping you look sexy and get the body of your dreams. Wait, if you haven't seen my last 2 videos, make sure you check them out right here. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below, and I will see you on my next video tomorrow.